So this is Tiffany. This is our dog Teddy. He got out in the woods and he was gone for like 3 days. When he came back, he was very matted, tangled, and he smells awful. We're going to show you how to groom him in about 10 to 15 steps. This will save you tons of money instead of having to go to the groomers. But one thing before you even start, be sure that you're wearing something that you do not mind getting dirty or wet. In advance, make sure you have all the appropriate materials to be grooming the dog with. You want to make sure you have a towel nearby so that way you can dry him off. Have the right kind of shampoo. And you can buy this pair of shears for I think like $24 at Walmart, and it comes with all the different settings, comes with a comb, everything you're going to need to make sure the dog gets what he's going to need. The thing you really want to do is make sure that you lay down some towels so that way the cleanup will be really quick and easy. It just depends on the size of your dog. Just make sure you get a good area covered so that way he won't be shaking water everywhere and it won't get too messy. Before actually running the dog's water, be careful and remember that their skin's really sensitive and you don't want to make it too hot because it'll burn them, or you don't want to make it too cold because then they'll make a mess on themselves. So make sure that you make the water just the right temperature. After you have the water tempered, you can go ahead and put the dog in. While you're bathing him, make sure you keep a nice calm voice. Don't scream at him or anything like that. If they try to jump out, just put them back down in there. The more nervous you are, the more nervous it's going to make the dog and the harder it's going to be to wash him. Since you're going to have your handy dandy towel to the side, you can go ahead and get the dog out. I advise to get him out yourself. Don't let him out of the bathtub until you have him covered, because he's going to shake, and wet dog smell is awful and you do not want to make a mess. After you have the dog well towel dried and you have the tangles all brushed through, go ahead and use the blow dryer. Make sure you get them really dry. It'll make grooming him with the shears a lot easier. Make sure you keep the blow dryer on the lowest setting and you don't hold it in one spot too long because their skin's really sensitive and can be easily burned.
One thing you need to remember is that you cover their ears, so you make sure you don't go inside their ear, because if you do, it will give them an earache.
Be sure after you give him a bath and you get him blow dried and everything, before you start grooming him, make sure that you go and give him like maybe a 5-minute walk or so. Give him time to just relieve himself so that way whenever you're grooming him, he doesn't make any messes or potty on himself or anything like that. You just want to make sure he's nice and relaxed before you start putting his loud noises around. Now that we've got Teddy all dried and brushed through his tangles and everything like that, he's ready to get clipped. Your clippers should have came, if you got the same ones that I did anyway, should have came with 4 different settings. Be sure to always use a guard no matter which one it is. Like, if you want their hair pretty long, then you can use the biggest one. If short, then use the shortest one, which is the one I'm going to be using. You can have scissors nearby too, that way if you run into harder spots to trim, just use the scissors. Make sure that you have treats nearby too. That'll keep them calm if they start getting nervous and make them want to stay in the same spot that you're working on them in. If the dog starts getting nervous or shaking or anything like that, trying to walk away, if the treat doesn't work, then you can just have someone like Tiffany that the dog feels comfortable around, and they can just talk to him and keep him calm.
But she slaps his wrist as if to pick up on that gets his food. There we go.
Everything should be going pretty smoothly. There shouldn't be too much tug on the dog or anything like that. If the clippers seem like they're stopped working, if you just turn them off for a second and take the guard off, you can just use this that your clipper set came with and clean off the blade and then just start going again. Another thing I advise too is to do the spots that the dog's more comfortable with first, like the back and the belly will be a lot easier to do than the feet and the head. Like I said at the beginning, I just ran into a tough spot. He has a few spurs that are stuck into his fur, so we're just going to use the scissors and cut those out. And remember to keep towels down and stuff like that, so that way you have an easy cleanup. This can get pretty messy.
I'm right here.
This is awful.
You want to do
No. Listen, I'm your wife. I'm not one of your things.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and take a break now and clean the blade.
Nothing is going on. Nothing. Do you hear me? Please.
Surprised that he's actually doing pretty good right now. It's normally not this smooth.
You can't help it, can you? Just force it out.
Keep in mind this can be a little bit time consuming, but it's honestly worth saving your dog the stress from having a stranger handle him and spending the extra money. Go ahead and give him a treat. We're gonna go ahead and give him part of a treat. He's starting to get a little bit shaky. Will you fix the towel, please? Thank you. So we just finished grooming Teddy. This little guy here. There's hair everywhere. Here, you wanna compare him? Look. Yeah. That's what happened. That's a dog, not a rat. Promise. Be sure you actually do put down towels or sheets, whatever you have, or that little mess right there will not be contained. It'll be everywhere. It's already all over us. Should be fairly easy for you depending on the size of the dog. Hopefully it's not too rambunctious or anything or wild. Best of luck and hopefully you have success. Sheets or some old towels. I even have hair on my face. Tickles. Dang it! Still love them. But yeah, I don't know what to say how to end that, so we're gonna have to do it again. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to end it. Just end the video.